Okay, we're going to title this The Earliest Days on the Farm. So tell me what's some of the earliest things you remember growing up on the farm in Atwood, Kansas?
Well, I remember some of those days as ways more than what I want to start here on this. But I'm going to call this the 1930 years was the dirty 30s. And the reason I say it was the dirty 30s because we got treated pretty dirty, we thought, during that time. I forgot to say anything about RH in the other section for this one here. But RH was born December 1982. Merle was born 1930. And RH was the baby of the family, so we made a baby out of him. We all of us loved him, and Merle, she took care of him just like he was a big old doll. And Leo and I, we pet baby to him and did things for him, with him. And taking care of the yard, take care of the different things around there. Dad was busy trying to get a crop made out there. Darn, that drought hit up there and started knocking our crops down. We kept falling on crops. We had real good 1929 and 1930. I remember them real good. But all of a sudden didn't have any wheat. We didn't have any corn. Didn't have any cane for our cattle to feed. So we was getting in pretty bad shape. And we kept trying to hold on to it, keep it together the best we could. And we kept taking care of our livestock and taking care of our fields. And the wind got to blowing so bad, it blew our dust real bad. And it blow that, they say, blow my field over on your land today and lay it back on mine tomorrow. And it just did blow this big drifts of dirt, topsoil all over everywhere. And we fought to keep it, but it was quite a tribe. Dad had that old Ford tractor, that old Fordson tractor, and he was wanting something better, and he had already traded, Carl traded, got them a 29 molded combine, 12-foot molded combine. That was the first combine. Boy, they was happy over that thing. So Dad traded his Fordson tractor off, got him a 1020 Cormac Deering lug tractor, 4-inch steel lugs on it. So that's what we used to farm with to pull that combine with. And I remember that old tractor really well. I mean, the things we did with it and how it worked it. And Merle and RH, they were pretty small, but Dad would get them up there in his lab and give them a little ride with the tractor. It may not be but 50 or 100 yards, but he'd give them a ride on that tractor to satisfy them. And as we got bigger, while Leo and I was able to do other crops. And I remember Merle is 1935, I believe it was. Yeah, it was 1935, because she was fixing to go to school on Monday. On Sunday, she woke up and she jumped right straight up in the bed and just screamed, just cried. It was as hard as she could cry, grabbed her chest and her stomach and fell back on the bed. And just as soon as she got on her feet again, well, she done the same thing over again. And after about 4 or 5 of those jumps like that, crying like that, I grabbed my horse. Dad was helping Grandpa lay what they call laying their corn away. They pulled the dirt in around the bottom of the corn down there where it wouldn't have any ditches around it. And that'd be the last they'd have to do anything to it until they shucked the corn out. And he was down there with Grandpa working his corn down there, letting it away. And I grabbed my horse and I rode. It was nearly a mile, I guess, from where we lived to where they was making better than a mile. From our house, we had to ride the half mile east, quarter of a mile north. Then we had to ride another three quarters of a mile east to where they was working down there. When I rode down there, I told Dad what was happening. Dad just tied his horses up to a post over there at in the fence. Told Grandpa, take him wherever you got time. He took out after me, and we went back to the house, and he run in and he said, "We got to get her to the doctor right now." And so they got her all ready and took off and went to Trenton to the doctor. And the Dr. Orey said, "Oh, she got leakage of the heart." I said, "We're going to have to settle her down." Dad said, "Well," I said, "she's supposed to start school Monday." He said, "She can't start school Monday." He said, "She can't start school for a while." I said, "She's going to have to get herself healed up first. So you take her back home, put her to bed, and keep her in bed, not being exercising, exerting herself any, and stay there at the house. And whenever she gets better with it, we start her to school. But right now," I said, "She can't do anything like that." And he said, "I want to see her next week." Well, next week they went back over there and they looked at him. He said, "Well, she's doing something better." So "You guys are doing a pretty good job since she's doing something better." So I want to see her next week. Next week they went over there. They was talking, bouncing. RH was bouncing around there in the office, running back and forth, running by the old doctor. The doctor just reached out and grabbed him. He said, "I'll just catch your heart." He put his stethoscope on his chest, and all of a sudden his face got sober as could be, and he just sat there and just looked and hung on to RH and started checking him over. He said, "He's got leakage of the heart worse than she has." So we had two of them. We had the doctor with leakage of the heart. And so that was another tuggle we had there. And during all this time, the government had decided to give the World War I soldiers a bonus. And I think my dad's was a little better than $800, I believe, what his was. And so he was in the World War I. He was in 3 months of battle and 1 year of occupational observance of the nation, you'd say, over there.
He was in the Army of Occupation too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was in the occupation. I wasn't. He was.
Yeah.
But he got paid a bonus for it. And so he took that money, took that old 1020 tractor, what got him a new tractor. And he got a 10W30 International, and it had rubber tires on it. My gosh, people from all over come to see that tractor with rubber tires on it. They'd never seen them. One old boy come over there and said, "Bus, you don't want that there tractor with them there rubber tires on it." Dad said, "Why not?" He said, "You work on that field, and you drive up on top of one of them big old thistle weeds." He said, "There's this stuff that spin on top of that weed. You can't go nowhere." But he didn't know he had all that weight behind him keeping him going. But anyway, we got Merle pretty well straightened out. Got her to start school in about 3 months after school started. Well, we got her started back to school. She did real good, and we just hobbled right along with her. RH, he was caused all the trouble with the dogs. And we had quite a time. summer before that, we had our horse tank down there for our swimming pool. And we keep that water tank all cleaned out and slicked out. Good clean water in there for the cattle to drink water out of. The horses drink water for us to swim in. And we was swimming, and Leo and I, we had what we call a little cook shack, and that's what it was. It was an old cook shack that they used to follow the thrashing machines around with. And the guys would go in there and eat. In there, they had a cook their meals for them. They go in there and eat. And they could either sleep in there, or they could sleep out there on the ground, whatever they wanted, notion they wanted to take. It was pretty nice building. And we had broken board in it right in front of it. And Leo and I was changing clothes in there. And so we caught Merle running up there. She was about 3 years old, I guess. And she'd run up there, she'd peeking through that crack of that board. And she kept running up there and stuck her nose through that board, a hole through that board. And Leo just turned around and peed in her eyes. Leo and Merle both got a whooping out of that deal.
Oh, man.
But we're just ordinary farm kids. And, well, I've finished up probably about nearly 3 years of it here. I'm going to fold it off and get off on something else here. Getting tired of this. Y'all are. I enjoy it.
We'll do another one tomorrow.
Oh, she said we're not doing nothing tomorrow. So we'll get you again tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay.